Hey guys, alright, quick little video, just painting up some intercooler piping. Big mess. Waiting on some parts still. Basically right now what I'm doing is taking off the stock exhaust manifold, and I am getting ready to install the turbo manifold. So there we go, removing stock manifold, got that up there. Gonna install the turbo manifold, set up some things to make sure I have everything set correctly for putting in the turbo and everything else. Basically I'm getting to the final stages of putting the turbo in the car. Still have to install the injectors. Right now I'm gonna set up the manifold piping, well, not intercooler piping yet because I have to paint some more of that, get some more paint, let that dry. Basically gonna see if I can maybe even put on the downpipe, put on the turbo, well, mount the turbo just to make sure everything's lining up correctly, make sure that I have everything else that I need to set up, put up in the way. I'm gonna have to disconnect these AC lines, and then I'm gonna have to get new ones made eventually, but trying to set things up so that I can get this thing out and running on boost when it's done. So big mess again, with black for stealth mode. I'm gonna repaint a bunch of stuff, and gonna keep you guys updated when I get some more parts installed, and I should have it turbocharged by the end of the week. So let's go. Alright guys, quick little video, mocking up the turbo. I'm gonna throw on a downpipe just to check that everything's fitting okay, run through my last little checks of what I need to do to make sure everything fits properly, and what else I'm gonna have to take care of. This is how it looks. Yep. Alright guys, just put on the downpipe. Again, right now just mocking up things, just making sure everything fits properly, making sure that I have everything that I need. Trying to figure out what else I'm gonna need also. For the most part everything's going pretty well. There we have it. Alright guys, so got the injectors in, intake manifold and everything set back up. Still got a few other things to do, but so that I was showing you guys right here. Had to massage the strut tower in just a little bit to get it to fit properly, and there we go. Just have enough room and clearance over here now for everything, so that we don't have any issues with touching, and also don't have any issues with trying to get the downpipe in. So again, we're on our way. I'm gonna start to set a couple things up. Gotta still drill and tap this elbow right here so I can get the little fitting that I bought for the vacuum line for the wastegate for the turbo on. Gotta get the bolts in, start setting the intercooler piping back up. I got some clamps from my fabricator, so should actually should be able to start getting ready to slap everything up. Just need to again down here make my cut and then bend this lip in so then I have enough clearance at the bottom. But we are on our way, guys. About that time. Had to install the exhaust housing for the turbo first so I can get all the bolts in, but once I do that, then I can install the turbine housing. Gonna paint the compressor housing, and we'll be on our way. Alright guys, just wrapped the downpipe in some heat wrap. Had to get a zip tie on the bottom because the other metal tie that had broke, so I'm gonna either get a clamp for that or get another one tomorrow. Just setting it up for now. Just wanted to hold it in place so heat wrap didn't get loose, but looking pretty good for so far. So gonna spray this thing up and then get ready to slap it on. You guys got the front section of the center section of the turbo installed. Just need to install the compressor housing, and tighten up some bolts for the exhaust housing, but there it is. Alright guys, got the compressor housing on. Just need to start installing the fittings, and then after I install the fittings, then I can install the wastegate actuator, and the downpipe should be done, and I can install that. Alright guys, I think I'm done for tonight. Got in the downpipe, put back on the wastegate actuator. Just need to tighten up these fittings, make sure I measure out these lines, get them cut tomorrow. Then go over to my fabricator's because he has a special tool to help me get these push lock lines on. I got the one for the drain line on. Got to measure that out and cut this line tomorrow and get that push lock fitting in. But full sleeper mode, guys. What intercooler? Let's go. Alright guys, so I'm back. Pretty much got everything almost set up. Just had an issue last night. Was gonna crank the car up and had a slight fuel leak. I guess one of the clamps went bad for the fuel line, and had trouble when I was installing injectors. Also, if I didn't say this earlier, I got the issue sorted out with the injectors. Me and my fabricator just cut notches into the injectors, and they're fitting perfectly. Just changed out these two fuel lines right here with some really good fuel line. Holds up to 225 psi. Same one I use for my fuel pressure regulator. So got that changed out the clamps for them also. Right now just getting ready to paint the intake manifold so it matches everything else, all blacked out for sleeper mode. Got the intercooler and everything set up, blacked out again for sleeper mode. Last thing I need to get done is a bung welded to this pipe for the intake air temp sensor, and I already set up this line so I can send the idle air control valve, which is right there, you can see that moving, over to the front of the turbo. So last night I had to drill this hole out and put a grommet in there, and then I have this little piece right here that's gonna go in there, and I bought some heater hose that I'm gonna send through there. Also need to pick up a vacuum distribution block so I can set up the blow-off valve, and then I can set up the line for the boost gauge, and recalibrated my wideband sensor. Need to tie wrap a few more things, just trying to get the car at least started right now, and that's it. So once I get that back on, I will see you guys soon. Alright guys, so I haven't finished it up yet, but this is the vacuum line for the boost gauge, and here's the sensor. Still got to do some wiring, but as you guys can see right there, there's a little space that you can drill a little hole through the firewall, come out on the outside right over there, and that's how I'm going to get the vacuum line for my boost gauge. So once I get my vacuum distribution block, I'll be setting that up. Alrighty guys, it's alive. well, the car is back up and running. Been running on the Mega Squirt for a little while. Got all the small little bits and pieces sorted out. Ended up changing out this fitting because it didn't have a restrictor in it, and it was blowing a little bit of oil into the intercooler piping. Basically still have to go and drive the car and tune it a little bit more. Got to set it up for when I get back to Orlando. So pretty much right now we are almost done. The last thing I have to do is just paint that piping, and that's it. Hey guys, over here at my Fabricators, Emerald Performance. Twin turbo dump. Exhaust cut out. Guys, Grandpa Mac. Grandpa Mac doing his thing.